Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Multiple Birth Experience. I am your host Tola Imad, and well, it's been a while. It's been a long time, and first of all, I want to apologize for the hiatus, the unplanned hiatus that is. I don't know where to start. We had some technical difficulties, and that led on to just taking time off to kind of perfect behind the scenes what I'm going to do going forward, how I'm going to do it, and just see how it goes. We haven't fully recovered 100%, but so far so good. We're at a place where we can continue and add more content and give you more content to watch or listen to, or however you want to call it, so thank you for understanding, thank you for bearing with us, thank you for sticking around, thank you for the subscribers that are still with us, and going forward we hope to gain more subscribers and take it from there. The world is our oyster. So to kick off the channel again, or relaunch, or what do you want to call it? I think relaunch will be the best term. Well, I wanted to share with you guys a story that I came across recently, which was like, when I saw it on my timeline, I was like, wow. Basically, a lady that goes by the name of, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm going to try, but don't be offended if I pronounce it incorrectly. Goziam Tamara Sito, and she is from South Africa, Pretoria to be exact, in South Africa. That's what it says anyway. It's been reported that she gave birth to 10 babies, which is now a new world record, a record-breaking new world record. So let's get into the story. A young lady that goes by the name of Goziam Tamara Sito and her husband gave birth to 10 babies. And this was in South Africa, like we already said. They call it decuplets. I've never heard of that term. That must be a new term. I'm not sure. But yeah, the 10 babies are decuplets. So you got the twins, triplets, you got quadruplets, you got quintuplets, you got sextuplets, you got the 7th one, the 8th one, the 9th one. I can't remember the names of those. I need to know that. But the 10th, oh my gosh, decuplets. So they said that the husband and wife were astonished by the decuplets after scans showed 8 in the womb. So they were originally expecting 8 babies. But when the babies were born, it turns out there were 10. It's 7 boys and 3 girls. Husband says, I'm happy, I'm emotional, and I can't talk much since the birth. This is what the husband says, since the birth. So he's just in shock still. He's in shock. He has no words. He don't know what to say. I guess they were preparing in their mind to have 8, and then 10 came. So one South African official confirmed the births to the BBC. However, another said they were yet to see the babies. A family member who did not want to be identified told the BBC that Miss Sito had 10 babies, 5 via natural birth and 5 via C-section. 5 natural birth and 5 by a C-section. That's crazy. Crazy. This is a whole new Guinness World Record. So Guinness World Records told the BBC it was investigating Miss Sito's case. I guess when they heard about her pregnancy, they might have started investigating from there, or they just investigated soon as the babies came out. But how would they have known that she gave birth so soon like that and started investigating? Do you know what I'm saying? Unless, I'm assuming they had heard of a woman that was pregnant with 8 babies earlier on, kind of like watched to see what was going on, and then when they heard that she actually gave birth and it turned out to be 10 instead of 8, then they, it raised their antennas and they started to look into it even further on, because obviously 8 babies is nothing new. They've had many multiple parents having 8 babies in the past, setting different world records over the years. So this sets a whole new one because it's 10. So they told the BBC that they were investigating her case. A woman who had 8 babies in the US back in 2019 currently holds the Guinness World Record for the most children delivered by a single birth to survive. So 8 babies was the last world record held back in 2009. And last month, 25-year-old Halma Sisi from Mali gave birth to 9 babies who are reportedly doing well in a clinic in Morocco. So just recently, a young woman at 25 years old gave birth to 9 babies. So it wasn't that far off. So 9, oh wow, so 8 babies wasn't the last big world record. So someone has recently given birth to 9 babies in Morocco, and babies are still alive and doing well in a clinic in Morocco. So that's good to hear, because it's sad when you hear things like 1 or 2 didn't survive and things like that. So the most pregnancies involving large numbers of babies end prematurely, says BBC's Africa's Health reporter Rhoda. Don't know how to pronounce this one again. Odimi Hambo. Multiple births involving more than 3 babies are rare and often the result of fertility treatments. But in this case, the couple says they will conceive naturally. Interesting. So multiple births involving more than 3 babies are rare, which we know. Is it rare? I don't think it's rare. I think it's quite common, especially in Nigeria. I don't agree with that one, actually. It says BBC, according to the BBC, multiple births that are more than 3 are rare. But that's wrong. It's definitely not rare, because I'm Nigerian, and in Nigeria it is so common for twins and multiples. Twins, triplets or more, especially twins, is really common in Africa in general, to be honest. But according to BBC, they think it's rare. And often the result of a fertility treatment. So yeah, people do take fertility treatments to birth multiple babies, but that's in the Western world. Usually it's westernized. Yes, it is common. It can be common in other countries for people that are, having difficulties in conceiving, and doing IVF is a good option to work towards having or starting a family. So that is correct. It's at its peak right now, having families doing IVF. But as I said, it's naturally it is common in Africa, especially Nigeria, in West London. So and often the result of fertility treatments. But in the case of this couple in particular that just recently gave birth to 10 babies, they said it was conceived naturally. Their 10 babies were conceived naturally via, intercourse. Naturally, that's what I'm assuming what naturally is, right? Is through intercourse. According to the couple, this is what they said, and it's believable. Miss Ito, who is 37, previously gave birth to twins who are now 6 years old. Ain't that wow? So she's got twins already. So hold on a minute. 10 babies. Plus she's got 12 kids. 12 kids. Wow. I'm finding out the story with you guys. I'm relaying it to you. My reaction right now is genuine reaction because I'm reading it. I heard about the story, but I didn't look into it because I wanted to give my reaction and what I thought anyway about the story naturally, and just give an organic reaction and tell the story the way I'm repeating it to you with you guys. So yeah, she's 37 and she gave birth to twins who are now 6 years old, and she said to be in good health after delivering 29 weeks into her pregnancy in Pretoria. That's where she is. So she gave birth on Monday evening. And she went to that 29 weeks. That is good. 29 weeks. 29 weeks. Is 29 weeks her... No, it must be the 10 babies. She gave birth to 10 babies. That's 29 weeks. Okay, 29 weeks. That's... I think that's still good. That is still good considering 10 babies at 29 weeks. That is amazing when you think about it, because there's some people, some births are induced way early, and that's like with less children. I've heard some that are giving birth to twins or triplets at 20 weeks, 25 weeks. Do you get what I'm saying? So 10 babies at 29 weeks. That is amazing. And they are alive. Every single one of those babies are born. And on top of that, she gave birth to 5 natural. Actually pushed 5, and C-section were 5. That is astonishing. Wow. Just think about it. I gave birth via C-section to twins. And that was at 38 weeks. Was it 38 weeks? Yeah, 38 weeks. I gave birth to C-section. I gave birth to twin girls via C-section. And that was a planned C-section because one of my twins were breech. So they were trying to get me to hold out, with the hope of the one that was breech turning round to get her to be at the because she was twin one needed to be head down, because I think where she was positioned she needed to be head down so that I can push, because they really wanted me to push and give birth naturally, which I also wanted to do. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want a C-section because I had a C-section before. I didn't like it, and I also wanted to just experience giving birth naturally, because I had no intentions of having to do this all over again. I don't want no more kids. So I said, I would love to give birth naturally, just so that I've experienced both ends, which is C-section and natural birth, because my first child was one. I've got one single child, she's older. She was born in 2007, but I gave birth to her via C-section, and that was an emergency C-section. Not a good experience. And then 2 twins came through C-section again, but that was a planned C-section. Like I said, one was breech, one was not breech, but they needed the one that was breech to turn around, and there weren't enough room for them to physically move her around, because the doctors, they can use their hands to massage the belly or move the baby round or whatnot, but I don't think they wanted to risk that, or they couldn't do it. There just wasn't enough space anyway, because my stomach was huge as it is, and together I was carrying 1 stone. Like, I was carrying a stone in my womb. I was massive, but they couldn't turn the baby around, so they thought the baby would just turn around by herself, I guess, which didn't happen, which then led me to go through a planned C-section. So my dreams of giving birth naturally was shattered, but it was a success. It went well, so I thank God for that. They came and they were healthy, and that was the most important thing. But that's another story for another day. That's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about this amazing story about this woman and her husband, Mr. and Mrs. Sitole, who gave birth to 10 babies. Now, speaking to Pretoria News a month ago, according to BBC, Miss Sitole said her pregnancy was tough at the beginning, and she had prayed for a healthy birth, as we all do, with many a sleepless night worrying about what was to come. Oh my gosh, I would be shook too. I would be scared. Like, I will be so scared and terrified and shook, because you don't know what to expect. You had twins already, and whatever you've experienced with twins, you're gonna that's that fear that you probably had when you was pregnant with twins, times 10 that fear. Do you get what I'm saying? Times 10 that fear, because you don't know what the outcome's going to be, because every multiple birth pregnancies are high risk. They're automatically a high risk. One baby pregnancy is a risk itself, because let's just be real. Let's just be 100% real. Yeah, women and pregnancy is a high risk as it is, full stop. From the moment you conceive is already risk. Yeah, because you just don't know. You have to take care of your body, and even when you take care of your body, you just don't know. Your body is no longer yours as soon as you conceive a pregnancy. So you just don't know what to expect. So every day you're thinking, you want to make sure that you obviously until you get to the point where you're feeling your babies in your stomach, you just want to make sure that the baby's heartbeats, you can't hear the heartbeats, but the movements in the stomach, you can feel it. So you're constantly trying to make sure that you're not stressed. You're constantly trying to make sure that you're not too tired, that you're taking your vitamins, that you're taking your all those things, pregnancy care things. I can't remember the name for it. You're taking everything basically that you need to take to ensure a healthy pregnancy, yeah? As well as taking care of yourself, So thinking about 10 babies while taking care of twins that's already there. I just can't imagine it. She must have been like just scared and trying her best to not be stressed. Even she might have even been stressed, but trying her best to not be. And when you're trying to not do something, that will make you stress. Do you know what I'm saying? Trying to not be stressed will make you stress when you think about it, because you're stressing yourself because you don't want to be stressed. So I'm just trying to put myself in her shoes. Like, I know I would be shook, because I was shook with the twins already. I was already shook. I was shook with number one, and that was one pregnancy, and I was double shook with the twin pregnancy. So I just can't even imagine how shook she could have been with 10, because that is so overwhelming. Like, it's just like mind blowing with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but 10. Whoo! God is good, man. God is good. I rate her. You know, she was worrying, sleepless nights. When you're supposed to be getting your sleep, she's having sleepless nights. She didn't know what to come. She didn't know how they would fit in the womb. It's true. How does 10 babies fit in a womb? Them babies must have been tiny. You know, how would they survive? Because you hear stories of babies not surviving, triplets, one not surviving or two not surviving and only one survived. Like, I have a friend that was in that position, you know. Hopefully I can get her on the show to talk about her experiences with her triplets. But yeah, she had a similar experience. She was pregnant with triplets and only one survived, you know. So these things are terrifying, and it can the outcome of it as well, it can be damaging to, like, physically and mentally damaging, you know. I went through postpartum depression for a long time after I had both my babies. Well, not both my babies, the first pregnancy and the second pregnancy. Postpartum, both times. The worst one was with the twins. It was just overwhelming for me. And, I you know, my heart goes out to her. It is a blessing, don't get me wrong, but it is emotional and stressful, especially with lack of support. But she got a husband, but don't underestimate, like, couples still get it hard as well. It's not only single parents or people that go through it alone that have it hard. Couples do get it hard as well. People tend to think that because one is married or one has their partner with them and they're doing it together, that they don't feel no pressure. Pressure is still there. The pressure is still there. It's just that they have each other to kind of lean on, but then one might not be able to show enough support. You know, you just don't know what people are going through behind closed doors. Let's put it like that. But yeah, it's pressure for both of them, for both parties, not just the woman. You know, men feel it too. The ones that care anyway, they feel it too. They have emotions. They have every feeling that the woman carrying the pregnancy will have. The only difference is that the guy isn't carrying the pregnancy. Do you get what I'm saying? So we have to kind of take that into consideration. So she asked herself, but was reassured by doctors that her womb was expanding. So that made her mind ease, you know, with worry, because your body will automatically expand because they know what is in there. It has to expand. It's not like it's a balloon where it reaches its limit and then it's going to pop because it can't get any bigger. No matter how many babies you're carrying, your womb will expand to that size. But at the same time, if it's concerning that your body might be too small, then the doctors will know and tell you and say, you know what, we have to remove the babies out, we have to take them out, we have to do emergency C-section, or whatever the case may be. Because sometimes your body might not be able to withhold the strength and size of what you're carrying, because that's what happened to me as well. I'm short in stature. I'm short, petite, but obviously I'm kind of like big. I think I'm big boned, like chubby or whatever. But my height, you know, and size or whatnot is like in that petite kind of stature. So I had to wear a body brace. Was it body brace or waist brace? I had to wear some kind of strap around my stomach to hold my belly up. That's what I had to wear, which was really uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable, but it made walking comfortable because I couldn't walk because I was literally like keeling forward because my belly was so big and it was so heavy that I couldn't move. I can barely move, and I was like walking forward, so the strap, I can't remember what it was called that they named it. It was a strap. I had to wrap it around my stomach, underneath my stomach, which held my stomach up, which was easing the pain off my back, which I was already feeling from the C-section from the first pregnancy. And I was able to walk a bit more better. It wasn't great, but it was just better. And it made life a bit more easier until I gave birth. So everything expands until they tell you, you know what, this is getting a bit dangerous, we cannot take any more risk, let's do an emergency C-section. So when it was thought she was carrying 8 fetuses, Miss Shittle was suffering leg pains, and doctors found that 2 of the 8 were in the wrong tube. Wow, hold on a minute, this is getting more interesting and weird. So initially, as we read before in the beginning, they thought they were having 8 babies. It turned out to be 10 babies. So when they thought they were having 8 babies, or 8, when it was fetuses, I guess, when they were smaller, she was having leg pains, a few pains in her legs here and there, and the doctors had found or discovered that 2 of the 8 babies were in the wrong tube. So that means 2 were in the wrong tube. What does that mean? What, fallopian tube? What kind of wrong tube? It was said that was sorted and I have been okay since. That's what she says. That was sorted and I have been okay since. I wonder how they sorted that. So the baby, 2 of 8, was in the wrong tube, and then it was sorted and she's been okay since. And she can't wait for her children to arrive, she told the newspaper. So she was excited. I guess they resolved whatever concerns and issues that they had. And going forward, her mind was at ease and was looking forward to the delivery of the 10 babies. Her husband also said he was over the moon and felt like one of God's chosen children. It's a miracle which I appreciate, he said. He appreciated every single one of them. It's a blessing. Wow. Amazing story. Amazing story. And you can find that story on the BBC News website, BBC Africa. So tell us what you think in the comments about this story. What is your opinion? What is your thoughts? 10 babies. I can't imagine having 10 babies, to be honest. Like the husband said, he felt like the chosen one. There are chosen ones, I guess. And that saying goes, God won't give you something that he knows you can't handle. So he knew that they can handle it, because they were given to them naturally. It weren't through no, IVF. It wasn't through a surrogate or whatnot. It was literally boom, 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 I'm pregnant. And then they all just, I guess, they either, I need to find out if they were identical or infraternal. I need to find out if they were identical or fraternal. Because imagine 10 eggs being conceived by 10 sperms. That's fraternal. 10 eggs. 10 sperms conceiving 10 eggs. That means she would have released 10 eggs. Imagine that. Or we can imagine 1 egg splitting 10 times. Splitting 10 ways. Imagine 1 egg splitting 10. That's like some mutation. my imagination can go wild. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Leave your comments, leave your opinions. Let's talk about this. Tell us what you think. And share. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And catch us back here again next time for another story. And also look out for season 2 podcasts coming up soon. Got some amazing guests coming on the show. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, we'll see you soon. My name is Tola Imad, and we are out.